Good morning, children. Hope you all are doing well. Stay home and stay safe. Before I begin today's session, there are few instructions from the principal's desk, like submitting summary of the topic which you are listening in this session in the school office. And at the end of each session, some activity is given to you. Perform those, do them, and submit in the school office. So, we are going to start our first unit. The most interesting part of the social studies is our earth. Do we all live on the earth? Do we? Oh, maybe some of them are living on the moon. Aliens. Do you watch these cartoons where the aliens come from other planet? So you all accept that we live on the earth. Not only we, there are millions of other animals and creatures along with which we live on the earth. There is a constant interaction between all these inhabitants on the earth to make it a better place to live. Out of all the creatures on the earth, human beings have been constantly trying to change his surroundings, to change himself, and to make this earth a better place to live in. In the process of making it a better place to live, he engaged himself in a conflict with other inhabitants on the earth. There was a view earlier. Earth was looked as a storehouse of minerals, resources, which can be exploited at anyone's will. But recently, we understood that it's a falsy viewpoint, and we cannot use the earth and its resources at our will. The human being's constant exploitation of the natural resources of the earth has pushed him into a crisis which we famously call it as environmental crisis. Today it's one of the most burning topic of the world, environmental crisis. You might have heard about global warming. You might have heard about the world leaders coming together to decrease the temperature on the earth. So, it's a crisis which each one of us are facing today. Further, under this chapter, we learn about the evolution of the earth and the effect of these human beings and the natural resources on each other also we shall see. In the coming 4 chapters, we learn about the soils, minerals, forests, animals, their interaction between each other, and the changes and effects on each other also we shall see in the coming 4 units. Let me now discuss with you about the evolution of the earth. Do you have any idea about the evolution of the earth? There are many theories which has erupted. I remember my childhood days when I used to sleep on the rooftop during the summer, hot summer days, and watch constantly at the sky. Those stars, bright stars, counting them. And I used to think how these stars are born. Why do they glow? How can we reach them? Why do they move? There were many such questions which pricked my mind. I hope that might have happened even to you even when you observe the sky. For thousands of years, people have observed the sky, noted the movements of these planets, stars, and objects like sun, moon, and many other astronomical figures. But what about the evolution? How Earth really got formed? What about its movement? People believed that earlier Earth is the center of our universe and remaining all planets are moving around the Earth. This theory was actually proposed by Ptolemy, which is famously called as geocentric theory. Geo means Earth. Earth is the center of the universe and remaining all are moving around the Earth. But this theory was proved wrong after Copernicus has proposed another theory called as heliocentric theory. After the invention of telescope by Copernicus 500 years ago, he proposed another theory called as heliocentric theory. Heliocentric theory proposes that sun is at the center of the solar system and Earth and many other planets are moving around the sun. This theory is accepted even today also. This theory looks more appropriate than the Ptolemy's theory of geocentric. The heliocentric theory has many advantages over the geocentric theory. It gave chance to study astronomy more depth. So it is accepted by many scientists today that sun is the center of the universe, our solar system, and many other planets revolve around the sun. Today we travel in the spaceships even to the space. Man even landed on the moon. Who is the first man landed on the moon? Check it. Who is the first human being landed on the moon? So, even there are many spacecrafts which were sent to the nearby Earth's planets like Mars, and even there were space missions which were led to the edge of our solar system, to the end of our solar system. Science has grown over the years to understand the atmosphere, Earth, and the sky at large. When I come back about our Earth, actually the word Earth is derived from a Greek word called as earthio. Which mean ground, soil. There are different names given in the Sanskrit: Dharti, Prithvi, Dharani. There are different names given in Sanskrit. We call it our Earth. This Earth is not constant, it's not stationary. It keeps on moving. And you know, friends, Earth rotates on its own axis and revolves around the sun. Now I show you how the earth revolves round the sun. Imagine this as sun. The path, or we call it as orbit, the path around the sun is not in a circular shape. This orbit is not in circular shape. This is earth which revolves around the sun, is neither in circular shape or nor in a elongated shape. It's in oval shape. Oval shape. Why I mentioned it as oval shape means, see, sometimes in the revolution around the sun, it moves away from the sun, and sometimes it comes close to the sun. Earth comes close to the sun sometimes, and sometimes it moves away from the sun. The distance between the sun and earth when it is farthest is 152 million kilometers. The closest, when it comes close, the distance between the sun and the earth is 149 million kilometers. So averagely, the distance between the sun and the earth is 150 million kilometers. Sun, which is a natural energy booster, which emits energy, is the source of livelihood for the earth. Further, we understand in the class about the internal structure of the earth, the movements of the earth around the sun, and the movement of the earth on itself. What are the imaginary lines drawn on the earth, like latitudes and longitudes, and the earth grid system in our next session. So prepare a summary of the topic, our earth, and present it in the school office. Thank you.